F5A 90 F5A FO EDE 29.
Recalling a senator the Kogi and Nigerian way, they are just copying names of voters from the voters register, who even provided the voters register in the first place. After copying the names, they will just sign any signature they want. They only forgot one thing, that they are required, all the people that signed the petition against Senator Natasha to recall her, they are required to append their contact details, their addresses, phone numbers. Anyhow, INEC officials can contact them to verify whether they truly signed the petition. That's why INEC, after receiving the petition from these people, look at all of them, INEC has now rejected it, saying that there are no addresses, there is no way for them to verify, to contact these people. They also left the door open. Yes, they said that if the petitioners provide the missing information, that's the addresses or phone numbers, they can now take it to the next level. They will start contacting the petitioners to find out if they truly signed the petition, and they will verify if they are voters with the beavers. So they still have a huge task before them. They will need to provide the contact details of the petitioners. If they do that, then INEC will be ready to play ball with them. Also, in the statement that INEC released after the meeting, they said that if the petitioners are able to furnish them with the missing information, that they will invite Senator Natasha to appoint a supervisor who will accompany them during the verification process, so as to make sure that the verification is done according to the law. This might just be a performative move by INEC. Don't be surprised tomorrow to hear that they have concluded the recall process of Senator Natasha in a sane country. These videos floating around on the internet should have cancelled the whole process. Recall process is very tedious. If done properly, to collect signatures alone might take more than 1 year. Yes. How do you cover a senatorial district in a massive state like Kogi State in under 1 week? Or maybe 2 weeks like they did? You have to knock on people's doors, convince them on why they should recall Senator Natasha After convincing them, they will write their names, append their signatures, write down their contact details, and you move to the next person. How do you do that in under 2 weeks? It's only possible in a captured state where criminals are in charge. This lady standing in front of INEC officials is literally saying that Nigerians are not smart, that they are not intelligent, that she's a superwoman to have been able to cover nearly 10,000 kilometers squared. Yes, that's the size of one senatorial zone in a massive state like Kogi State.
Is it the entire constituency or just a group of people? Under which platform are you representing?
Okay, it is a concerned Kogi youth and women.
Okay.
Yes.
And who is bankrolling this?
Talking about bankroll is a personal business. It's a personal thing. We are members of our constituents and we are saying we don't want her anymore because you cannot afford not to have a representative. So nobody is bankrolling. Well, we are the one that voted her and we are saying we don't want her anymore. So nobody is bankrolling, nobody is having any personal issue with her. It is just what it is. The game is the game.
Okay, when you say you come
in a sane country, these people should be behind bars by now, facing charges of forgery and impersonation. The videos are all over the internet. As you can see, they are transferring names from voters register and they are forging their signatures. There is no way in the world that all these people, the more than 300,000 names they collected that purportedly signed the petition, there is no way all of them signed their signatures. It's not possible. So INEC should stop patronizing Nigerians. They should call it what it is. It is a huge fraud. Just like they rig elections and transfer results of others to their own, even in this same Kogi State, INEC officials came to polling units with already filled out result sheets. After the backlash that followed Senator Natasha suspension from the Senate, of course, she's no longer relying on them for justice. She has taken it further to the international community. She first went to the Interparliamentary Union in the UN. After that, she's been granting interviews to the international press. She granted this one to the BBC.
Yes, in front of senators. He's done that. There was a time I forgot to wear my ring. I rushed to work, forgetting to wear my ring. And there were about 5 senators there, and he was, "Oh, Natasha, you're not wearing your ring. Is this an invitation to treat?" And then there was another time he made a statement like, "Natasha, your husband is really enjoying. It looks like you'll be able to make good movements with your waist."
So the Senate president said this.
He says that, yeah, he makes such sexy statement, and then they all laugh.
Can you imagine what is coming out from the mouth of Godswill Akpabio? He should be ashamed of himself that he's toasting a married lady. At his level, he should be able to have the kind of lady he desires in his life at his beck and call, yes. But you can't shame the shameless. Akpabio has proven to Nigerians that he is guilty. He's very guilty because he has done the entire opposite of what an innocent person should have done. Sexual harassment is not something you joke with. Anyone that cares about his reputation, anyone that has a name to protect, must take it very seriously. He must try to prove that he is not a sexual predator. But all he has been doing is fighting the lady and trying to suppress all the accusations. That's why they are doing all this mess in Kogi State, copying signatures from voters' register, as if Nigerians are not smart. No, everyone can see all that they are doing. Every day they keep going low, lower and lower. Once politicians never receive the kind of reaction that is commensurate to their actions, it emboldens them to do worse in the future, and they will continue doing worse until Nigerians take action, until Nigerians say enough is enough. The disgrace these people have brought on Nigerians is so heartbreaking. They are so wicked and heartless. They don't even care what anyone thinks. All they care about is to get their way. That's why this one that calls himself a senator is shouting like a thug in the Senate Ethics Committee hearing. This bully thinks he's in a motor park, the same way he shouted down at everyone during the Arise TV interview he granted against Senator Natasha is the same way he's bullying the former education minister. How are these people representing Nigerians? How can this person ever qualify to be in the Senate? With his temperament and behavior, he doesn't even care that he's on national television. He's just trying to have his way. These people shouldn't be there. They shouldn't be representing us. Whatever the lady said shouldn't provoke him to start shouting as if he has gone crazy. No, a senator should be an honorable person who understands that there are live cameras. Yes, this is the most important case in Nigeria at the moment. Everyone is watching to know what is happening, and he's shouting down at a lady on national television. This can't be real. Anyway, like already said, you can't shame the shameless. This guy is a fellow senator like Godswill Akpabio, but he has taken this matter upon his head as if he is the one that Senator Natasha accused of sexual harassment. Yes, what happened to allowing Senator Godswill Akpabio to defend himself? He was the one accused of sexual harassment, not the senator from Ebonyi State. So why has he taken it upon himself to defend Senator Godswill Akpabio? Has he become a thug or his bodyguard? It doesn't make any sense. You can't really shame the shameless. When something as grave as sexual harassment is involved, every reasonable person should stand by the side and call for a thorough investigation to prove the truth. The person you're defending today because he has power is the Senate President. The fact that he's running away from the law or that the law refused to prosecute him today doesn't mean that he wouldn't be prosecuted tomorrow. The fact that EFCC suddenly dropped his case, they accused him of stealing or misappropriating more than 100 billion naira when he was governor of Akpabio State, and immediately he decamped to APC, the case fizzled out. So the fact that he hasn't been taken to court by EFCC, it can still happen tomorrow. Yes, the same way that he hasn't been charged to court by the authorities for sexual harassment, it can still happen tomorrow because they cannot be in power forever. That's how it works. How can this guy reduce himself to Akpabio's errand boy? It's so obvious and shameless at the same time. A senator that should be proud to represent his constituency. He's here running errands for a fellow senator who was elected the same way he was elected. Elected in quotes because they all did not win elections. Even Akpabio himself is not qualified to be in the Senate because the law was flouted. The judiciary, the courts, rewrote the laws to return him to the Senate. Anyway, Nigerians are watching to see what magic INEC will conjure to perfect the recall process of Senator Natasha Akpabio. Thanks for watching.